as Donald Trump and Elon Musk continue to wage an aggressive war against the American people with their authoritarian reshaping of the federal government. Democratic politicians are struggling to regain their own credibility with the American people and politically capitalized on this moment. So I want to highlight a Democratic congressman who just gave a masterclass performance on that very topic on Fox News of all places. And other Democrats should look to this for inspiration in the future and go on Fox News even more. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, the protagonist of this particular story is the new head of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, Congressman Kasser of Texas, okay? So he goes on Fox News, and what he demonstrates is message discipline. And the message that he is talking about is universally popular. So we're going to play these clips and unpack them together.
Look, I'm the chairman of the Progressive Caucus in Congress. I recognize some of the viewers at home disagree with me on a variety of social issues, but I think we can agree that Republican members of Congress have no business going along with Elon Musk slashing Social Security, destroying Medicaid and Medicare, firing veterans, all to give out tax breaks to billionaires. That's the message that Bernie Sanders has been consistent about. And I believe that should be the new message of the Democratic Party, which I think could bring some conservatives back into the Democratic Party if we agree that these programs we all pay for since literally World War II, Social Security, should be expanded and protected, not ransacked by billionaires that want more money for themselves. You should work to be able to keep your money, not to make Elon Musk richer. You should be paying taxes to improve your life, not to make some billionaire buy their 10th jet.
To be fair,
It will probably not surprise you, but we'll get into it in just a second, that message is extremely popular. Elon Musk is the richest and most privileged man in the world, and he wants to take away entitlements that you paid into, earned benefits that you paid into, and you're not super privileged. You're not super rich in order to make himself even more privileged and more rich. Just intuitively, that makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. There's actually polling data to back it up. So this is the message that he tries to make on Fox News. Now, again, various points. The Fox News host is going to try to interrupt and, fact check, even though I would argue that he's not actually doing any fact checking because he's not contradicting the facts as Kasser is laying them out. But he's trying to undermine Kasser's message. And at no point does Kasser give in at all. He stays true to his message relentlessly, despite what the host says.
Richard, you should be paying taxes to improve your life, not to make some billionaire buy their 10th jet.
to be fair, I don't think many of your Republican colleagues have any interest in touching Social Security, but I want to keep moving on here. Your colleague Ro Khanna.
But to be fair, President Trump and Elon Musk just announced that they are closing Social Security offices and going to ask seniors and people with disabilities to go check in person at Social Security offices that they've closed. And in rural areas or really suburban areas, that may be really hard to do. And then they'll call those Social Security recipients, quote, fraudsters, and cut off their benefits. That's what they've announced. And Commerce Secretary, who's a billionaire himself, just said on television, oh, if my grandma misses a Social Security check, I think he said my mother-in-law misses a Social Security check, she won't complain. Well,
but you're on the DOGE subcommittee, though, right? So
again, love that. Okay, notice the attempt to fact check. Well, they've said that they're not going to touch Social Security benefits. Oh, wait a minute. They're actually creating the circumstances by which they are given permission to do. So, are they going to come out and explicitly say, yes, we're going to, cut earned benefits? No, they try to get clever with it. They say, well, we believe we can't prove, but we believe that there are billions upon billions of dollars of waste, fraud, and abuse. $800 billion worth of waste, fraud, and abuse. Now, the math doesn't quite math on that whatsoever, but they make the claim giving themselves a permission structure to cut earned benefits and call it waste, fraud, and abuse. But then, as Kasser points out here, here's an even more sinister example. Well, we're just going to make it much more difficult to confirm that you're entitled to your Social Security benefits, or if you have any issues. We're going to put impediments and obstacles along the way. And if you don't overcome those obstacles and hurdles and those inconveniences, then even if you are legitimately eligible to receive Social Security benefits because you paid into it, we will deny that because we'll say, well, you didn't show up in person, or you didn't provide this, and this level of documentation. And then we'll call your earned Social Security benefits waste, fraud, and abuse, when in effect you're denying somebody their earned benefits. Again, very cunning maneuver by Elon Musk, but the effect is the same. It will cut Social Security benefits. It will deny people their entitlement. Great message discipline from Kassar. Here's another clip.
At home may not know, Elon Musk makes $8 million a day from the federal government. Why are they looking at cutting Medicaid, which serves single moms, people with disabilities, or Social Security, instead of looking at the billions of dollars from the corporate class? It's because those corporations fund those Republican campaigns. I think that what's important for folks to know at home, again, even if you may disagree with me on this social issue or that one, is that every Republican member of Congress right now is looking to cut Medicaid.
To be clear,
over 70% of Republican voters are opposed to Medicaid cuts, but the senator from Nebraska, North Dakota, you just had on, is talking about passing a bill next week to slash Medicaid by over $800 million. I mean, how is that right? How is that representing the working class person in rural America? I don't get it.
Well, to be clear,
Again, you notice that how even the Fox News host is like, wait, what? Kassar on top of it. He's anticipating the arguments. He's anticipating the talking points, and he's providing evidence along the way for his claims. I love it, and he's not getting riled up. He's not getting worked up. He's not stumbling or stammering whatsoever. He is laser focused on repeating the message that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are scheming to cut your earned Social Security benefits, even if they tell you they won't. They're creating these hypotheticals. They're creating the circumstances under which that they will cut your benefits through creative ways without telling you that that's what they're going to do, because they know that even you, likely MAGA voter, do not support it, right? Again, love it, love it. Here's one more clip.
cited a number that Elon Musk is making every day. That's not from his government salary, to be clear. I mean, that may be...
That's federal contracts.
Yeah, related to federal contracts. To be clear about that, do you condemn violence against Tesla owners and Tesla dealerships?
Of course, violence is dangerous and wrong, and those who commit it should be held accountable. And there are millions of Americans right now speaking out against their health care being taken away, speaking out against money being taken away from their taxpayer pockets and being handed out in federal contracts. So we should be having the conversation about how is it that Elon Musk, who makes $8 million a day from federal contracts, as you just said,
okay,
why is he looking for even more contracts? It was just reported he's trying to land a contract with the FAA so that he can get billions of dollars for Starlink out of that. He was trying to land a huge contract with the State Department until he got caught by the press. We should agree, whether you're a Democratic or a Republican president, you shouldn't be allowed to appoint a billionaire to the government and then for him to look for billions of dollars in contracts for himself. That's corruption at its finest, and we need a Republican Party and a Democratic Party that's willing to speak out against that kind of corruption.
Well, clearly President Trump thinks Elon Musk brings a whole lot to the table, being such a wildly successful businessman.
Well, I mean, he brought hundreds of millions of dollars to his campaign.
Damn, what a masterclass interview. Again, we're used to, people like Pete Buttigieg and Jake Anklos, who are excellent debaters. They're excellent communicators. They bring their own type of energy to Fox News interviews. It's awesome. What Kassar did was something different, but equally good. It was message discipline, staying focused, making sure that every answer returned to the point that Kassar wanted to communicate, which is that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are a threat to your earned benefits, knowing that Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid are the most popular social programs in the government, okay? And that it's the quote-unquote third rail of politics, and that if you grip it, you'll be electrocuted, politically speaking. So Kassar recognizes that the best case for Democrats to make is to tie Trump and Musk and the Republicans, by extension, to that attempt to gut their earned benefits. I love it. And again, making the case here that, Elon Musk isn't taking a government salary, but he's being paid effectively $8 million a day in terms of government contracts and going after people who make a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a rounding error of that amount of money who've earned their benefits, who need those benefits, the way that Elon Musk simply does not need the money from the federal government, but takes it anyway, like an ever expanding leech, so to speak. And again, I love that idea. Well, obviously Trump feels that Musk brings a lot to the table. And Kassar is so quick on that. Well, he brought hundreds of millions of dollars to the campaign. It's true, public disclosures have revealed that Elon Musk has paid between $270 million and $290 million. And there could be more that we're not aware of in terms of contributions to the overall effort to get Donald Trump elected. That is a staggering amount of money, especially in a 3 or 4 month spread, because Musk only endorsed Donald Trump the day of the failed assassination attempt against Trump, which was July, I believe, 2024, and the election was in November. Again, a staggering sum of money. That's the value. That's what made Musk co-president of the United States of America. So, again, just a quick response there. The message discipline on point. It's not even necessarily about debate. It's just about being relentless, consistent, and having a message which is crafted to appeal to the greatest number of people and conveying it with sincerity, which is what Kassar did. Very good performance. More Democrats need to learn from his lesson, or learn from the lesson of, again, a Jake Ainklaus or Pete Buttigieg, and go on Fox News more, go on right-wing podcast. More share the message with people who might not otherwise hear it. There is an organization called Blueprint, which helps message test Democrats' agenda. They're one of the most reputable in the industry. Democrats would and should rely on them even more, and should rely on them even more. And the messaging and the polling around Elon Musk is atrocious, okay? So if you look at Elon Musk and Doge actions below, are pairs of actions that Elon Musk has taken as head of Doge for each pair. Say what you find to be more concerning, even if none of these concern you, show the ones that you think are the most concerning. And again, like basically all but a handful, looks like here are over 50%, unpopular. I mean, it's staggering. Elon Musk proposed firing Social Security employees, which could disrupt Social Security benefits. 64% concerning Elon Musk is considering dismantling the phone services that 73 million retired and disabled Americans rely on to apply for and access Social Security benefits. 64% Doge employees under Elon Musk direction have accessed sensitive government databases without proper oversight, including Social Security numbers, bank accounts, and addresses. 63% Elon Musk is a massive political liability for the Republican Party, and they are slowly recognizing it. Despite the amount of money he has, despite the amount of influence he has on Trump. And this is what Democrats need to be ruthlessly consistent about. And every damn day, hammer this vulnerability. Do not assume it will speak for itself. Facts very rarely do. Again, masterclass performance by Kassar. You should definitely keep an eye on him, as well as AOC and Bernie's progressive tour around the country. It's making headlines. It's 86,000 people. I think attended 3 rallies in 3 days in aggregate. It's a stunning amount, especially when you consider it's not an election year and they're not the party in power. It's a stunning amount. People are hungry for change, and we need to see more outreach and communication, like what we just saw from Congressman Kassar on places like Fox News Masterclass. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.